Hey guys, my name is Brad Ringler,
And I'm Charity Stillings.
and we are the co-directors of our New Heights Children's Ministry.
Hey guys, thanks for investing in children's ministry. We're so glad that you're joining us and discipling this generation. The information in this training is important for child safety and program effectiveness, but we always want to remind ourselves why we do what we do.
Our mission is to partner with families to explore God's Word, experience God's love, encounter God's power, and expand God's community. Everything we do to accomplish our mission starts with what we believe.
Our statement of faith is detailed on the first few pages of the handbook, and we ask that you spend some time reviewing this section before you commit to teaching in children's ministry. The privilege of teaching children is something that we take very seriously, and we want to honor the trust that parents have in our commitment to communicate shared values and beliefs. As a leader in the ministry at New Heights Church, we ask that you prayerfully commit to these things: to pursuing spiritual growth, discovering and using your spiritual gifts, taking responsibility for meeting the needs of others, pursuing a holy and pure life, pursuing God's design for singlehood, marriage, and parenthood, being actively involved in our church, submitting to the elders' leadership, and the worshipful practice of generosity and stewardship.
Here are a few guidelines that keep everyone safe and things running smoothly. All volunteer leaders will be background screened every 2 years. We'll email a link via National Crime Search. It's safe to open that link so that you can securely complete the screening. Everyone will also wear a name tag given to you, giving you authorization to be in the children's area. This prints when you sign in at a kiosk every Sunday morning. If you see anyone in the children's area without a sticker, you should let a staff member know right away.
Children 2 and under may be picked up and held, but physical contact with children over 2 should be minimal and only in the presence of another adult. Handshakes, high fives, and side hugs are all great ways to connect with this age group. Every child dropped off should be wearing a name tag with an ID number. This number matches the guardian receipt that parents receive when they check in. Here are some examples. When kids are dropped off, please make sure that you write down their first and last name and the 3-digit security number on the check-in sheet. Check for any notes that may indicate that there's a medical or safety issue. Name tags with special notes have a black bar across the top to grab your attention. When parents return at the end of the service, you'll use this check-in sheet to double-check the numbers on the parent sticker and the child sticker. Then, collect the child sticker and place it over the name to indicate that they've been checked out.
Cell phones should only be used to view the lesson plan, as a tool for the lesson, or in case of emergency. Please do not take pictures of children. If you're struggling with something or have questions, please get in touch with us. We want to help. It's also helpful for us if you let us know as soon as possible if you're going to miss a scheduled Sunday. This gives us time to recalculate and be prepared to serve better. You'll need to wear clothing that allows you to bend over, stoop, sit on the floor, and raise your hands above your head without worrying about your wardrobe or feeling exposed.
When working with kids, it's inevitable that someone will need to go to the restroom. It's important that you're never one-on-one with a child. So, when you take a child to the bathroom, you need to take another adult or another child. You should always be at least 3, but never just 2. You should also just take children of your same gender to the restroom. You'll want to wait outside the restroom and enter only if there's an emergency and the child needs help. There should always be at least 2 adults in the room when children are present, and the door should be left open if one person needs to step out for a short time. We also ask that you wash or sanitize your hands when you enter the room. We could also use your help to sanitize all the toys and the high contact surfaces after each service.
If you have any of these symptoms, please stay home and let us know you'll be unable to serve that morning. If an injury occurs that needs a Band-Aid, ice pack, or further medical attention, immediately contact a children's ministry staff member. Once the injury has been taken care of, you may be asked to fill out an incident report. The director will follow up with the child's family.
Finally, if you notice any of these signs, such as bruises, a child that seems overly fearful of certain people, undernourished, not taken care of, withdrawn or depressed, overactive or aggressive, or a parent that seems rigid, highly critical, or harsh, a child may be experiencing abuse or neglect. Remember, we're partners with parents in helping their child mature. As a leader, your method is to build trusting relationships with these children. This creates some tension. There must be a balance between the trust that you're seeking to gain from the child and the stewardship responsibility that you have to their parents. It's important that you respond appropriately if a child shares something with you that indicates that they or someone they know is being abused. Your initial reaction in this situation is also very critical. Follow these steps. Listen and try not to act shocked, angry, or cry. Validate their feelings so that they know you believe them. Don't make promises you can't keep, such as keeping a secret. The child may be reluctant to share with you, but you can assure them that reporting means that we can help.
Here is the typical Sunday morning schedule for our preschool ministry, which covers children from birth through kindergarten. If you're serving in the preschool ministry, we ask that you arrive and check in 20 minutes before your scheduled service. This gives us time to review the details and answer any questions and pray together before the kids arrive. Parents are able to begin dropping their children off about 15 minutes prior to their service beginning. During drop-off, your job will be to greet parents and their child and make sure they have properly checked in. Remember, we covered check-in earlier in the training.
For children 3 to kindergarten, we use the first bit of time for check-in and connection. You can guide them in playing with the toys provided or the activities in the lesson plan. Then, we transition to large group. Here, we lead the kids in worship and listen to a Bible story. Then, we follow up with more small group time and activities that reinforce the large group lesson.
We end each service by blessing or praying over the children before their parents arrive. So let's talk about diapers. If the child is age 3 or older and needs their diaper changed, we need to call their parents and they can come change it. If a child under the age of 3 needs their diaper changed, we'll take care of it. Sorry guys, ladies only for the diaper changing. Here are the diapering procedures. You'll need to gather all of your supplies, so a clean diaper, wipes, and a glove. You'll need to place the child on the changing table and remove the clothes and the dirty diaper. Clean the soiled area thoroughly and put a clean diaper and clothes back on the child. Place the child back on the floor or in the crib before throwing away the dirty diaper and gloves. Spray and wipe down the changing area and sanitize your hands.
When it comes to classroom management, our goal is to encourage children to love the Lord and to love their neighbor. We want to set clear limits, redirect unwanted behavior, and talk through problems. Here are some of the tips to help prevent issues.
Serve consistently to build rapport with the kids. Greet children by name. Provide clear direction and be consistent with expectations. Offer choices, such as would you like to sit on the blue dot or the red dot? Keep them engaged and give them ways to help. We know boredom breeds bad behavior.
Rarely is discipline necessary, but on the occasion it's needed, here are the discipline guidelines. Redirection. Guide a child's behavior from inappropriate to appropriate. Repeat the expectations. Provide choices, and then let them know what comes next. Timeout. This is a last resort. Sometimes it works better to sit with a child and try to understand why they're acting out. If necessary, a timeout shouldn't exceed 1 minute per year of age, such as 3 years old equals 3 minutes of timeout.
Never use ridicule, sarcasm, threats, or withholding of care. Never spank, slap, swat, tap, shake, pull, bite, or grab. When you have exhausted your knowledge or you are frustrated, get help. Ask to step out for a moment if you need to regroup. And talk to us if you're having reoccurring issues. If you need to tell parents about an unwanted behavior, frame it positively and ask for their guidance. We always hope we don't ever have to use our emergency plans, but just in case, let's review.
In the event of an evacuation, early childhood and pre-K leaders will gather their kids in their groups, grab their check-in sheet, and lead their group out the south exit. They'll gather at the southwest corner of the playing fields east of the parking lot. This is where parents will pick up their children. It's really important to have your check-in sheet so that you can match the child's number to the guardian receipt.
In the event of a tornado, early childhood leaders will gather their class and check-in sheet and move everyone into early childhood classroom A. Pre-K and kindergarten leaders will gather the kids in their group and their check-in sheet before heading to the floor in front of the bleachers, where they will sit with their hands over their heads.
While the likelihood of an active shooter event is low, the philosophy we have taken is the run, hide, fight model.
In this model, we first run by getting away from the shooter or shooters is the top priority. Leave your belongings behind and get out with the kids. Hide, get out of the shooter's view and stay very quiet. Lock and block doors, close blinds, and turn off lights. Don't hide in groups, spread out along the wall and hide separately to make it more difficult for the shooter. Stay in place until law enforcement arrives. And lastly, fight. Commit to your actions and act aggressively as aggressively as possible against the shooter. Be prepared to cause severe or lethal injury to the shooter. Throw items and improvise weapons to distract or disarm the shooter.
Congratulations!
Congrats!
You're ready to serve in children's ministry.
Here are our phone numbers and email addresses. Please text both of us with your first and last name so that we have your contact info handy.
And if you have any questions about the content that we've covered today, please don't hesitate to reach out. We'd love to hear from you and happily buy you a cup of coffee so that we can get to know you. Welcome to our team.
Welcome!